You know what really gets my tail twitching? Trust issues. That delicious, icy dread of looking into someone's eyes and wondering if the warm, familiar soul you thought you knew has been replaced. Forget romantic comedies, that's the real high-stakes drama. And no film captures that paranoia better than the undisputed king of alien body horror, John Carpenter's 1982 masterpiece, The Thing. It's a film that bombed on release, only to claw its way out of the ice and rise as a creature feature cult classic. And if you stay with me until the end, I'll give you a handy little cheat sheet, a checklist you can use for writing your own unforgettable monster movie. Tonight, my darlings, we're dissecting its frozen, beating heart. I'm Vyxen Storm, and this is Dead Curious, where we learn how to make movie magic by looking at what goes bump in the night. To write a creature feature that sticks, you need more than just good special effects, though we'll get there. You need the perfect atmospheric pressure cooker. The Thing gives us two essential ingredients right away: isolation and invisibility. First, isolation. Antarctica isn't just a setting, it's a prison. No help, no escape, no witnesses. Just cold silence and a dwindling body count. The survivors are trapped, forced to turn inward, and inevitably, turn on each other. Second, invisibility. The monster isn't a guy in a mask, it's a mimic, a shapeshifter that can look, sound, and even feel like your best friend. The horror shifts from what's out there to the much juicier who's still human. If you want your monster to stand the test of time, remember, the most terrifying horror isn't what's visible, it's what's unknowable, and maybe sleeping in the bunk across from you. Now for the fun part, the creature itself. For a true cult classic, you can't rely on CGI that'll age faster than a flip phone. You need something physical, visceral, and unapologetically grotesque. In 1982, The Thing delivered practical effects that were shocking, revolutionary, and gloriously disgusting. Rob Bottin, with a small assist from Stan Winston, created a monster that wasn't just scary. It was a surreal nightmare of biology. Bodies reject themselves, twisting into impossible shapes of teeth, bone, and alien flesh. This is your masterclass in creature design. Don't settle for simple. The monster isn't just a bug or a suit. It's a collection of monsters, a chaotic collage of stolen bodies. Make the gore earned. Blood and guts aren't just gross-outs. They're the unmasking of the threat. Each reveal pays off the paranoia with unforgettable horror. Use it sparingly. Carpenter keeps the Thing hidden behind familiar faces until it absolutely must burst out. That restraint makes every reveal land harder. Audiences in 1982 weren't ready. The effects were so stomach-turning they turned critics and moviegoers away. But that rejection, that's the seed of cult status. It wasn't safe. It wasn't mainstream. It was a dark, sticky secret waiting for later generations to rediscover. Atmosphere and spectacle set the stage, but what keeps The Thing from being a disposable B-movie? Characters we can actually care about, even as they're swallowed whole. The genius is that the characters never become heroes. they just become human, flawed, exhausted, and paranoid. MacReady, played by the eternally smoldering Kurt Russell, isn't a swaggering action star. He's a reluctant, cynical helicopter pilot who's shoved into leadership. He isn't driven by glory, but by the barest instinct to survive. Here's the real writing lesson. Let the monster be the catalyst for conflict, not the conflict itself. Take the iconic blood test scene. Not a drop of monster effects for 10 solid minutes. Just suspicion, fear, and logic under pressure. Every character silently screaming, "How do I prove I'm me?" That's how you elevate creature horror into psychological horror. You don't just ask who dies. You ask, who do we sacrifice to survive? And that ending? No neat bow, no happy answers. Just two men, whiskey in hand, staring into the void. And maybe at each other. Ambiguity is the lifeblood of a cult classic. Don't write a sequel, write a question mark. Here's the neat little cheat sheet I promised earlier for all the monster makers out there. Isolation, pressure cooker. Trap your characters somewhere they can't escape. Unseen terror. Make the monster invisible, unknowable, or hiding in plain sight. Visceral creature design. Practical, imaginative, and grotesque. Restraint. Don't show the monster too often. Make each reveal count. Paranoia first. Let mistrust drive the drama more than the gore. Uncertainty at the end. Don't tie it up with a bow. Leave them questioning. So, if you're plotting your own course into creature feature glory, remember Vyxen's 3 keys. The pressure cooker. Use isolation to squeeze your characters until they crack. The punch. Build your monster with practical, visceral imagination. The paranoia. Make the doubt scarier than the monster itself. Do that, and maybe decades from now, fans will gather in midnight theaters to worship your beautiful, bloody masterpiece. You won't just have a hit, you'll have a legacy. Which cinematic cold shoulder should I give the dead curious treatment next? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss our next descent into the dark side of cinema. I've been your host, Vyxen Storm. Stay curious. Stay scared.